Shannon Saint Mainframe. This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. It's March Madness and my bracket is already busted. No, dummy. This has nothing to do with college basketball. The bracket that keeps me mounted to the wall of the studio broke. I've been down on the floor for 3 days. Can someone please pick me up? It's like a minefield of body hair and sunflower seed shells down here. So gross. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Shannon, you got to speed it up there. The track looped over.
First of all,
you got to get your intros in properly.
Rob, you callous human being. She's been laying on the floor for 3 days amongst bodily fluids and discarded husks of food that have been strewn across the floor, and you're worried about her job performance?
She should be doing her job better. Yes, exactly.
This woman is crying out for help. She
wasn't crying. She wasn't emoting.
I heard a little quiver in her voice there, I have to say. And also, can I point out, she's pining away for human bondage or cyborg bondage because it's better than laying on the floor. She'd rather be mounted to a wall to read our announcements.
Rob likes mounting things.
Yes,
True.
he's the top.
You guys don't like
You
mounting
can help.
things?
Yeah, I mean, sure I do.
I prefer to be for the
To
woman
be
to be
mounted?
on top. Yes, yes, yes. Not in a submissive way, but yes. Although
I don't know.
not that I'm judging that. You just asked what my preference was.
I'm not saying I have a preference one way or the other. I prefer all different methods of intercourse.
What's
By
the
the
weirdest
way-
position you ever got into?
Weirdest?
Yes, the most
I'm gonna-
unusual, the most uncommon.
I'm not a do lots of weird things guy.
Me neither.
You were asking Rob, but I thought it may be
Yeah.
a general question. Oh, good.
Oh, sure, but yeah, we could open it up to the.
I don't have a good answer though. I think Rob would be the most entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know anything like too uncommon, but like I've definitely improv'd into like I've fucked standing up, which is really fun. Feels very powerful.
It's just like with the other person bent over and you're just standing behind them, or
no, it's like we're hugging. It's like the missionary position,
and
but
their
I picked
legs
them
are up wrapped around you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
big
and I'm
strong Rava.
you can do that to a grown human being like that forcefully?
Sure.
Wow.
If the adrenaline is pumping,
Something else is pumping too.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. But I mean, like, what the thing is, to be like, I'm not doing it for like that long. It's like a minute or two, and then usually I have to take a break right after because that's like it expends a lot of energy.
Arms hurt.
Just
Legs
yeah,
hurt.
it's just like a
Blasting
cardio
those
thing.
quads.
Blasting quads.
It's more just I have to catch my breath more than anything.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, the swimming helps,
Yeah.
I'm sure. While we're on the subject of sex, I just want to point out I've been saying for years on this show, whenever the meat holes joke comes up, that I do not watch it, and I only played it up for a joke on the show as a meme. I want to thank Sir Toast-A-Lot in our chat for going and digging up a clip of me in episode 170. So we're talking about probably 2010, saying very clearly that I do not watch meat holes and that type of aggressive porn is repulsive to me.
Which
So-
he posted a couple clips. Which one is it?
He
Or is it
posted
both?
a short one, and then he said, actually, this was such a good clip, I posted some more context. So it's the second one of two. And you can maybe send that to Rob, and he can
From
play it.
today? This is from today?
Yeah,
Just
it's from
now.
today at 11:02 a.m.
All right, hold on.
in the general channel.
So I want to point out this is in our Discord where you can come and hang out with us, and now you can see all the other Discords I'm a member of.
I don't see any discords that you're a member of. What discords are you a member? Oh my god, so many.
So I don't really use any of them but the Livecast one. So I guess it's this one, right?
Yes.
Already, right
I'm
now.
hitting this.
Oh, and I want to quickly mention before I play this clip, if you want to join our Discord, there is an invite in the episode description on our podcast pages. Please come hang out with us. We're in there all the time. Us and our fellow Livecast stars, and you can come hang.
Yeah.
So here's an old clip of Darren and Meatholes from 170.
I'm
He hasn't been already, right?
I'm
Nick?
hit and miss on the gag. Some of them are very.
No comment from Nick.
I'm sorry, I probably talked over him. You want to comment?
He
on
didn't
that?
say anything.
His resume is still pending with the company, so he doesn't jinx it.
He has an NDA that he signed. He doesn't want to.
Looking
Wanna
at the
ruin his
technical terms.
And in the chat, I do
Non-disclosure.
not prefer the Meatholes. Meatholes to me is over the line. I'm not.
I thought you were going to say overrated.
There's
What
like-
is it? Can you remind
Yeah,
me what
what's a
Meatholes
meathole?
again?
Just a rough.
Ass gaping?
No, well, sometimes, but I mean, it's more. How do I put this?
Nick.
A
Degradation.
particular website that they do their own things their own way, just like Gag Factor, just like facial abuse. They all have their own flavor.
Pitchfork.
They all have their own flavor, and Meat Holes has a very because they interview the girl. In the
Who owns that? Is it a Bang Bus production?
It's
No.
reality based.
I watched one.
Very degrading.
I watched one facial abuse. I can't take it. Facial abuse makes me cringe.
Is that the one that they
What kind of-
puking on dicks and shit?
Yeah, like they actively encourage the
Puking
girl.
on dicks.
That's my favorite.
Website.
That's my favorite Creedence Clearwater Revival song.
Down on the corner, puking on the dicks.
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow, remember like it was yesterday.
John Fogerty was going through
Can
some
we
shit.
write that during the music break?
Yeah, let's do it.
The new 9/11 song.
Lovely.
It's so funny how whenever we listen to one of these, at least once during the clip, I have the thought to say something, and then my past self says it.
Yes, exactly. It's terrifying.
At least we're consistent.
It's
Yeah.
authentic. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I guess Meatholes is too much to give my opinion. Like,
Does
I don't
Meatholes
like.
still exist? Do they still?
I just looked it
keep
up.
with that
It's,
series?
there's still Google results.
I think it's what
Um,
Meatholes. They're every porn site tries to find a niche, and their thing was like trying to make the girl cry or whatever. Like
Mhm.
they try, but not with like physical stuff. Like just trying to mentally break her
Yeah.
down, and that I find that repulsive. I find that's like
Oh, that's
I
not fun. That's boring.
even if the
That's
girl is
boring?
into it, I just find it's not sexually attractive. Like I don't want to see a girl's life fall apart. I don't mind like rough sex stuff, but I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her mentally like have a breakdown. I don't
Would
know
it be
why that's
different if it
attractive.
was a dude?
You mean if Rob like if it was a gay porn version of that?
Gay or straight, either way. Just if they were trying to get the dude actor to cry and just like regret all his life choices.
I don't understand. Like, why I don't get turned on by people crying.
No, I'm not saying would it turn you on if it was a dude instead of a woman. I'm saying would you feel less disgusted by it?
I
Would you
think there's.
Would there be more? Would it be more watchable?
I would say it wouldn't be more watchable. I would say it would remove a layer of horribleness because I feel
Yes,
there's less
the very-
baggage attached to men having emotional breakdowns than there is to women. But I still don't see the point. I don't think it would get my dick hard in any way.
I feel like I don't watch these, but I feel like the point is probably like it's still an intimate display. It's still something you typically don't see outside of a person you don't typically see publicly. So like if
Yeah.
you're a sociopath and just seeing people have sex isn't enough for you, isn't raw enough, then maybe seeing them have a nervous breakdown in front of you is what does it, because it's that level of just like
Mhm.
inside a person's head, inside their private moments.
Listen. If the woman participating is on board, I have no problem with people like that. And if the women are safe and all the participants are safe, man or woman.
Mhm.
But I don't trust porn sites and directors
Oh yeah, for sure.
to deliver that. So that's what worries me a little more.
But are we sure that it's not all staged? Are we
It
sure
could
that
no
it's,
no.
like, legit in the moment
Yeah.
they really are that upset?
I'm not sure. I think it may very well be staged, but I don't fully. I don't think it's a good direction for the industry to go in because I think there are many unscrupulous people
Mm-hmm.
who will not stage it and just berate the shit out of
Yeah.
women who need money.
It's just funny to be like, oh man, I'm so horny. quick, load that video of that girl being berated. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Like that.
Right.
But
Just
there are
makes sense
people
to
out
me.
there that's exactly what does it for them.
Yeah, like
Sure,
they're
I mean, hey, I guess it is kind of relatively safe sex. There's
Well,
I mean, there's emotional trauma, I guess, but
the debate is whether they will watch that and feel a release, and then they don't have to feel like they need to berate women, or will it inflame their need to want to do that in
Right.
the real world?
I
And I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. I think I guess some people might have a separation, some might not. Who knows?
Also, like I've told the story before of when I dated a girl who had a sneeze fetish. If there are people that have a sneeze fetish, there's probably people that have a crying fetish, and it has nothing to do with like the emotion or the mental anguish. It's just the actual physical act of tears coming out of a person's face that gets them off.
So your theory is
Right?
that meat
Probably.
holes is for lacrimophiles, and they're not talking about like they don't want the people. We don't want the people.
I'm
who
sure
like
for some of them they are into the actual mental aspect of it too, but there's got to be a small portion that
I
it's
guess
just
there
literally
are
the act of
people who
crying.
just get off on the scenario. Like I've definitely I hooked up with a guy once who just his whole thing was like to like I'm punishing him like he's a bad boy, and it got to a point where I'm like, am I even enjoying this? Am I like this is like
just
too much
work.
role play? Yeah.
So how many times
but
did
some
you hook
people
up with him before you got sick of it?
just that once.
Oh, okay.
And what was your role play? What exactly? Like, do you remember any of the things you said?
I was just like, I'm not going to repeat it. I feel
Oh,
like
God damn
Oh,
it.
you don't have to say like word for word, but did he want to be like a baby, like a child, or did he want to be like an
there
adult?
was a little infantilizing, which kind of was just like I didn't really sign up for that until he started like crying, like, please no, and it's just like, ew, shut up.
Not your thing.
Not my thing. No,
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say-
I like being verbal and demeaning and all that. That's fun. But it has to kind of be. I prefer it more when the other person enjoys being called names, like a
Right.
slut.
You want
And,
them to give you positive feedback and not like feel like
Yeah.
you don't want them to get
There
off
is also,
on.
well, I do like the idea of, and I want to preface this by saying this is consensual, of like a no, don't no, like I like
Agreed
that.
upon beforehand.
Yeah. It's there's actually a phrase for it. It's called consensual non-consent.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I have not heard that. Wow.
And some people take it a little more extreme than others. Like I've gotten solicitations to essentially rape a person, and I'm
To
like, I
act
don't
out
know.
raping. Right?
Yeah, well, like they basically laid out the whole scenario. Like, come to my house, open my door, which is unlocked. I'm in the bed. I will resist. And it's just like, I don't know
That's
about that.
asking for trouble, like outside of the sexual thing. Like,
Feels
Yeah,
like
like
a
are you
trap.
letting
doing it,
your neighbors know.
doing it with a person you don't know, I think is not in a judgmental way, but you're opening the door for them to just be like, this person's raping me and have you arrested.
Yeah.
They could be
Yeah,
psychotic.
I didn't even think about that. But I mean, you have the text transcripts to kind of prove that it's agreed upon.
I wouldn't even want to dip my toe in that field.
but
Like
yeah,
do it
this
with
was-
if you did it with your partner or something, like that, for a while, it'd be different.
The
Yeah, it's
benefit
always-
of doing it with your partners, you can make it a little bit more spontaneous. Like you could agree that this act will happen at some point, but then it's up to you when you actually spring it on them.
Yeah, you can't do it on the person that works at the accounting firm, and you don't know when
Well,
you got to wait in their hallway for 8 hours.
You don't have to worry about like offending them or hurting them or whatever. It's like you'll never see them again. It's fine. You could just be as big of an asshole as you want.
Until you get on the subway the next day and there they are sitting across from you.
I've never come in contact with that. Seeing someone.
Well, now there's face masks and stuff, so there's that added layer of anonymity.
I've been waiting 4 hours to rape this guy. Where the fuck is he? Jesus. He's still at Bear Stearns. He had to
That's
stay
a
late.
drop.
Yeah, please. That's an old school style drop. That's from year 2.
I'm just reading some of the comments.
About
Some
what?
good ones. Read the Hope Pig Destroyer one.
Hoping Destroyer says Darren seems like the type of guy that would be really good talking with porn stars before the scene, making them comfortable.
Wow.
What a compliment!
Yeah,
What an
thank you. That's so
interesting-
nice.
Compliment.
Can you elaborate why you think that? That's such a nice statement.
And does this
Yeah,
mean Darren would be like the co-star, or he's like on the production side and he's just getting them ready to go do their scene? Like,
Is he the
what
fluffer?
concept-
I
or
think
what?
I'm the
Yeah.
emotional fluffer. I think that's what my
You're
role.
the intimacy coordinator.
I'm like, okay, you're gonna get degraded, but here's the deal.
Here's some
I do wanna
pictures of the
mention
actor
if-
with his puppy. He's actually really a nice guy. He doesn't mean
Yeah.
it.
If you want to let us know your most unique sexual position, give us a call 213 wide nut 213-943-3688. That's the number.
There's also El Dorino complimenting you on a Slayer shirt. Is that what?
yeah.
I can't even see that.
Yeah.
It's oh,
This
there we go.
shirt is 15 years old, give or take. I got this when Lonnie got married. He gave all the groomsmen gifts, and one of the gifts was a metal shirt. So the shirt is slightly older than Lonnie's marriage.
Oh, okay. I
And
was
it's in-
gonna.
You can see how few times I've worn it because it's still in basically perfect condition.
I was gonna say it had to either be a promo from some job or a gift
yeah.
because there's no way
Yeah.
you were buying a Slayer shirt.
No. I'd have taken one for free, and that's exactly what I
Yeah.
did. And it's very tight fitting. There was a time where I was a little too chunky to wear this because it would look like I was wearing a metal girdle. But
I have
Oh,
some
which
since
could be
Sydney's
the
lost some
episode title.
weight?
metal.
I
girdle.
don't know that it's nothing massive, but it's just like the couple of pounds that make me feel less self-conscious wearing a shirt that's probably a medium and not a large.
I know that feeling.
Mm.
I think I've had.
Like, that's my
band-
titties, but
That's about it.
you can't really tell as much now.
I've had band shirts of bands I don't like that I just acquired, like Oasis. I guess I think I had an Oasis shirt. I don't have any
Okay.
currently to show you, but
I just can't wear them. I feel like too much of a poser.
what
I
you
don't like
wear
the
them all
band.
the time on the show? Is that just on the show?
Of bands I don't like?
Oh! I thought you meant band shirts generally.
No, I'm saying all the band shirts that I wear are bands that I proudly endorse.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like I've gotten promos of band shirts, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna wear this.
I mean, I would wear the Oasis shirt around my house. I don't think I would have worn it outside.
I mean, I have like that, like Slayer. I've listened to. They're not like my favorite, so I wouldn't have bought. But like Pig Destroyer is not a band that I actually listen to. I don't have an opinion on them one way or the other than Blake is a great guy, but he gave us each a shirt. So
I
wear
remember,
that.
yeah, that's a great shirt. I have that one, but that's yeah. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't think that they're like my favorite band. I don't think I could
Yeah.
name a song, but he's just an awesome dude. So I haven't
Yeah.
worn that one. I remember I had a Slayer shirt when I was about 20 or so, and I was so proud of it, and it said Slatanic Wehrmacht, and I was like, that was like their, one of their like I guess memes. I don't know, that would be all over their merch.
Okay.
And it was like a little eagle, like with it was like their Eddie, they had a little
Mhm.
eagle that was on all their covers, and he had a satanic, like an SS helmet. And I didn't even stop to think about it. Like, this is a repulsive shirt to be wearing. I'm like, I didn't
that's a
consider
very
my
Slayer.
yeah. I just only in retrospect, because I was a dumb 20-year-old. I was like, yeah, it's fucking Slayer. It wasn't like, I think most people are like that. I don't think like Slayer fans are generally Nazis or whatever, but like they just used all this Nazi imagery.
That
And
was
now-
like a thing back then. Like, if you look at pictures of the Sex Pistols, damn near every picture, one of them's got a swastika on them. But nobody's accusing the Sex Pistols of being Nazis. It's just like a thing people did for shock value back then.
Totally, especially Slayer.
Yeah.
There we go. That's not the one I had, but that was like, it was a much cooler design. Not that one. It was like that. It was that guy, but it was like a different.
I know the shirt you're talking about.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Oh, is it this?
No, it was a
No.
really nice design. It was like an all-over print on both sides. We're just going
Alright.
through every Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Just you get the idea. It was like that.
We should make a Livecast shirt that's just this exact design so Darren could order it and have like, he could like, reclaim the Nazi Slayer imagery for something that he actually could stand behind.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
That's
it'll be a
fine.
one of one.
Make it Slater from the Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that
I
guy's
saw-
even worse than a Nazi.
I saw that shirt once. It was like the Slayer logo and just said Slater and had his face with red eyes.
Oh God.
El Didorino said Bear Stearns is Rob's favorite position.
Mm.
Hi-oh. I guess I like doggies. Doggy or missionary is my fave.
Mm.
I
I'm
like
not
the missionary
coordinated
because I like.
enough, Doggy.
What was that?
I'm
What-
not
what-
coordinated enough.
What
I don't know,
coordination
I
is
just-
required?
To the
It's
doggy?
too awkward of an angle for me. I can't. I don't
Angle.
feel confident.
What about it bothers you?
I don't know. It's just like the way I position myself or the way I feel comfortable positioning myself. I always end up slipping out. I can't like get a consistent pump going. And then it's just I'm
That's
in
the
my
most
head.
important thing, really.
It is.
Have you
I'm not
tried-
even being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Have you tried with your partner's feet standing on the floor? That might help your angle.
There's also like, but then it's got to be you got to be a specific height, and so do they, or else somebody's like doing knee bends a little bit. It's just I always found it too awkward to coordinate. I just like one of us lay down, the other one get on top, and let's get this going.
Let's get this over with. I thought you were
No.
That's what I thought you were saying too.
No,
Let's get this
no,
over
let's get it
with.
going. I mean, it's over with in a few minutes anyway. It's not like a
Oh,
that's a
marathon, man.
what's a few? Can you clarify that?
I don't know, 5 to 10. After a while, I just feel like, oh, she's probably bored by now. Let me just...
How does this shit?
When the ref tells the wrestler to
Well,
bring it
look-
home, I just tell
look
myself to
passion.
bring it home.
How does this creep into your head while you're getting your nut
I'm
off?
a very self-conscious person.
I mean, I am
still
too, to an extreme, but I feel like those are the like whatever amount of minutes that I'm not that. You know what I mean?
I honestly, and this is like, psychoanalyzing Sid, it all dates back to a girl I was with in college, and I took her virginity. And I remember that when we were doing it that first time, I was on top, and it was taking a while. And I remember at one point I was sweating, and I felt a bead of my sweat drip off of me onto her face. And it's just like this poor girl. It hurts because it's her first time.
Oh.
And now I'm like literally pouring sweat on her. Like, it might have gotten in her eye. For all I
Like
know.
you're
I
not
just felt
doing her.
so
she's
bad.
not doing you a favor. Like it's something you both should be enjoying.
But I felt so bad that now I'm like, I never want to relive that moment. So I never want to be pounding away long enough that I break a sweat and have to
You
sweat
don't
on
want to
someone.
break a sweat. See, for me,
I
it's the
feel
opposite. When I
bad.
break a sweat and I'm sweating on them, I think that's hot. I think that's really
I don't
well,
know. Maybe
you're doing.
It's different in the gay community. I feel like men are more into like that macho, like I'm sweating and I just want to sweat on each other and smell your
I
musk.
guess that's true. There's a lot of guys into musk. I like a clean showered.
Not that no women like that, but I feel like a girl having her first experience, maybe I feel like that woman is now like 45 and she's married with 2 kids, but every time she has sex, Sid's bead of sweat comes down.
This
she
is the one
imagines
who
it.
cheated on me, and then the guy she cheated on me with cheated on her with a student of his at the high school he worked at. So fuck her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
I
wasn't
don't like
defending her. I just think it's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. Screw her. Well, no.
But yeah, that was it. Still stays with me. Also, the time that I was going down on her, and while I was going down on her, she asked me if I knew anybody who knew how to repair stereo equipment. Like what?
It's
I can see
romantic.
how that.
This is the time
traumatized
to
you.
ask that question, huh?
I could see why, after having such poor experiences with your first
I think this
girlfriend,
was
you're
before
just like
we
to get in
fucked.
and out.
Was that your first girlfriend, or you were her?
No,
first
I had
sexual
girlfriends
experience?
before.
Yeah. Your
I
first.
was
Was
that
that the
first.
Was that the
was
worst
first
one
piece of
though?
meat. The worst fuck?
Well, your worst traumatic experience.
I mean, it was none of these experiences are that traumatic because I still joke about them. But the sweating on her was bad. I don't know if it was the
That's
worst.
so funny to me that sweating on a girl is traumatic.
I just felt
for you.
bad.
Like,
I
what?
felt bad for her.
Felt bad about what?
And then I
It's
was
just
like in
water.
my head and self-conscious.
Why?
But I don't know. I don't know. Nothing was too scarring for me personally. I worry that it was more scarring for the girls. I worry about their experience.
Well,
Like
I
one time
mean,
I was with the first girl I ever had sex with. It wasn't the first time we did it, but one of the times, and she's like on top of me, and it was taking a while, and I think I dozed off for like a brief second, and she noticed.
what?
I must have told this story on the show before.
Hold on. You're having sex. You have a
I
boner
fall asleep really easily if
with
I'm
a
just like
boner?
still.
Like, are you not focused on like that? You're gonna get like. How could you even think about
She
sleeping if you have
wasn't.
a
She was
boner?
like doing it too slowly. I guess I don't know.
What? But like, you have a boner. Like I.
You wake up with a boner all the time, right? So you
That's
it is-
different.
You must be able to fall
I've
asleep
never
with one.
passed out with. I've never passed out with.
That's a piss bone. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I shot a load of piss in her when I was finally back awake. Who knows? No, I wore a condom, so if anything, I just pissed on myself.
Oh man, you reminded me of a
Oh, no.
kid in school who it was in camp, one of these dumb horrible camps I went to. That this kid was bragging that he had sex with a girl and intentionally pissed inside of her, and laughing about it, like as if he had pranked her in some way, like as if this was Jackass.
I remember it was like a big
Horrible.
thing on the Howard Stern show that the lead singer of Rat back in the day was on there, and he talked about how he did that to Madonna once.
What?
Yeah, that was like they'd play that clip back anytime Madonna came up in conversation.
So it's like when Madonna was like a bohemian, like not
Yes,
not
or
a
maybe
star,
like, maybe she was already like
borderline,
mid '80s famous, but not like
not Madonna.
not elite like Blonde Ambition yet.
Good grief.
They probably like got together at the back of a VMAs or something like 1986.
Well, Howard now interviews people on the level of Madonna exclusively, so maybe he can ask her that.
God,
Imagine he has Madonna on. Like, oh boy, listen, the guy from Rat said.
bring him back too. I'm sure he's available. Is he alive? Is Stephen Pearcy still alive?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even been able to call up that name.
I don't know
Yeah,
why I
good.
remember the name. I think because like Eddie Trunk used to mention it every fucking week on his fucking radio show.
You listen?
Yeah,
to
he's
that?
65 years old. Damn.
Was that one of the shows you had to edit, or do you just listen to Eddie Trunk?
No, back in the day in like college, me and my friends would just, we'd drive around and like
Oh.
Saturday night, we just have that station on and listen to like Eddie Trunk. Maybe Mike Piazza would call in. It was nice.
Oh yeah, and it was the only rock show in
Mhm.
New York at the time.
Yeah.
I remember.
He played some good stuff. He played some awful stuff, but there's enough good metal and hard rock at the time.
Can't
And
seem to
always
find
Stephen
the-
Pearcy.
the-
Always
this
an update
video.
on what Stephen Pearcy's doing.
Why?
Can't see.
Whose vagina he's pissing in this week?
Eddie Trunk's wife.
Oh,
So sad. That's all I can get now. That's all I can get.
So was Eddie Trunk like cucking himself to have the man who pissed in his wife's vagina on the show?
1000% he would do that.
I don't even like. How is that? Like, you'd have to lose your boner or like get a half a boner while still fucking, and then like have the mental stamina to focus on peeing while penetrating someone. It seems like a lot of work.
Well, the fact that that's possible makes me very scared that I've done that by accident.
I've had moments where I worry that like when I had to pee, but then sex just spontaneously happened and I wasn't able to like pause to go to the bathroom, and I worry about it, but I don't think it's ever actually.
I
I'm
believe
more-
physically when you have a boner,
There's like a
the-
valve.
Yeah, a valve kind of like shuts it out, shuts off the pee hole, so you don't.
I'm much more worried about farting during a blowjob, honestly. Like that really freaks me out. I've had some serious like chili dysfunction down there, like while getting head, and I'm like, oh please don't. And
If
it's
you're having
never
that kind
happened.
of, but maybe take a pause. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right time.
It's
to have,
such a
sexual
bad look to stop a blowjob, Rob. It's like for
I
that
guess
reason,
so.
like
I guess
you
so.
know, if you were having a medical emergency, well, I guess that's kind of a medical emergency, but I mean a real one, you know, or something. The house is on fire, fine, but you don't want to really stop a blow. I mean, I'd start again. You don't want to stop the proceedings, especially.
Did both partners have the chili?
I'm not talking about a specific time. I'm talking about like just general, which I've had a lot of in my life, like general uneasiness, and it just comes up that I used to eat really bad. I feel like I had an identical diet to Sid, and I used to be the poop so much guy, like, and I just have finally got sick of that. You know, although I do enjoy the merits of that lifestyle, I just feel like I don't want to. I feel like I'm too old to keep doing it, and I'm afraid, So
Speaking of which, you just went to Roll & Roaster to try the new fries.
I did, and they are all right. You want to give the recap of what that story's about, and then I'll tell you my experience.
So our beloved local fast food joint, Roll & Roaster, one of their favorite items, one of their favorite sides was their fries, their cottage fries. They're like crinkle cut little silver dollar shaped. You can get them covered with cheese. It's delicious. And because of supply chain issues, they were not able to stock that anymore. So they've changed their fries to more of like not even a fresh cut, not really a potato wedge. What will you call the shape of it?
It's like
wedge.
it's part of my story actually. I got the fries, and they were like the best way to describe them is they're just like the same round cottage fries, but like sort of concave. I feel like they're just like folded up into like a U shape, but they taste almost exactly the same. I would say they're better. I enjoyed the experience better. They're crispier. They're not soggy in any way.
Here are the old fries. Well, I feel like the old fries were crispy, and then
if you got them fresh at the place and didn't take them home and you just ate them there, they were. Mwah.
That's my picture, of my fries. See how they're like sort of circular, but they're folded up. They're like Doritos.
Right. It looks like TGI Fridays potato skins or something.
No, they're really good, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I took my break. I do like a once a week like shitty food excursion because I know I'll binge out if I don't like open a safety valve. So Roll & Roaster was my thing this week.
And was that a fried chicken sandwich?
Yeah, that's the best chicken. Better than Popeyes. It's so good. It's just they take their chicken tenders and slap them on a bun, but there's also a nice sauce and it's very good.
I always get the grilled chicken. I have to try
any veggies on the sandwich, or it's just sauce?
Come on.
It's got pickles. Does that
it does?
count?
Okay.
Yeah, it's got pickles. I don't know if that's a veggie. I guess technically it is.
For Roll & Roaster, that's definitely a veggie.
They do have salad.
No, but you look at Scored with the people who, well, like, why would you come here of all places for salad?
I think they do it like because you're going in a big party of people, and then one of them has to have a salad.
Yeah,
so they
fair.
Throw the salad up there. No one's going there for salad.
Yeah,
though. You're right.
One of them wants to not eat like a total pig.
They're gonna fuck later, so they can't have the chicken parm.
I will say, if you're going to eat like a pig, Roll & Roaster is probably the least piggish place to do it. Like the food's fresh, at least. It's not healthy, but it's good ingredients and it's good. Like it's good.
Super oily.
It's good. It's good bad food. It's not Burger King. By the way, this week's sponsor, Burger King.
I don't understand why that was necessary.
I don't like Burger King. I hate it. Burger King, I've mentioned this on the air before, is the #1 all-time leader in I really want to eat that. Oh my God, what did I just do? Worse than White Castle. Because at least White Castle, although the same phenomenon happens, at least it tastes good.
I don't know. Whopper is fucking delicious. We've talked about this before.
The Whopper is
it.
The Whopper is the one thing that I would eat from Burger King that's not completely disgusting. And the reason is they take the burger and they slather it with 90 ingredients, and all you're tasting is that combination of ingredients and not the burger. The burger is such low quality at Burger King. It's embarrassing, in my opinion.
I can't remember the last time I had a burger at Burger King. It might have been high school. It's been so long.
At an airport a few weeks ago. It was nice.
Wow. Well, there's so many things to eat in it. What airport were you in that the best thing was Burger King?
Is there an airport in Rikers?
In Rikers?
Yeah, Rikers Island has its own airport.
There might be.
Why was I in Rikers?
Huh?
Why was I at Rikers?
I don't know. Seems like that's the only place where Burger King might be the best option. It's like if you're in prison.
Do they have Burger King?
It's the only thing that would make the experience worse.
That's true. What Orlando? The best thing to eat is Burger King? Really? That's sad.
That can't be.
I mean, there was a Outback, but I wasn't gonna sit and have I had a flight to catch. It was like the only fast food kind of option there.
So it's very sparse. It's just like
Outback, that or
Cinnabon.
Like a Subway.
The Cinnabon. Subway right there is better than
Subway to me is the worst. I'm never eating Subway again. I haven't
better
had
than
Subway
Burger King though.
Disagree.
I'm not a huge Subway fan, but it's not worse than fucking Burger King.
I don't like their meats. They're just
I
don't like that meat.
I
You're
agree
talking
with
about
you.
Burger King meat, like fucking Subway meat. It's not even.
Well, then
I
get
mean,
the
you're
tuna.
practically having a vegan meal because it's
Get
all
the
fucking
tuna fish,
Oh, even even more trustworthy.
or like the meatball hero.
No, I don't want anything there. I hate Subway.
I just
This
want
is
the
an
meat.
anti-read. I refuse to eat at Subway.
Veggie
I feel like
patty?
I might have mentioned this many moons ago. There was one time when Frank and I we drove down to Richmond to work on content for Guar, and we on this trip for some reason we didn't rent a car. We were kind of trying to keep a budget, so our only food option was Subway, and we had Subway like 3 days straight. And since then, and this has been over a decade now, this has been over 15 years, I've never had Subway again. I refuse to have it. It's so
Wow.
it ruined it for me. It was like just
Wow.
having it consistently for 2 or 3 days was just like, this is
I can
this
understand
is not
that.
food.
But they
It's
have so
not-
many different options. It's not like you had everything.
Do
offer.
they?
Sure.
Do they? What's different? It's
Don't
all
they have
the
like
same.
flatbreads? They have salads.
Yeah, I
They have a
definitely want
cookie.
salad
You
with
get a
salad.
cookie. You go in there, get a cookie, get some sun chips.
I don't eat Subway often at all, but I just
Me
think
neither.
in a pinch it's there. It's not so bad.
Especially in New York. Like obviously this wasn't in New York, but if I'm in New York, I'm not having Subway. I'm having a like an Italian deli or something.
But where? Like, what if you're just in a place that only has like
Yeah.
shitty fast food options?
Then have Sbarro.
Oh my god!
Disgusting
That's-
as well.
Oh,
Also very. I would not.
Wait.
Have
I'd
Sbarro.
rather just not eat.
If my options were Sbarro, Subway, or Burger King, no, like I'm not even thinking about it. Burger King, easy.
Yeah, for me, it would be Subway. I think.
Subway, agreed.
Sorry, Rob.
Not endorsing Subway. Just
Yeah.
it's like F Marry Kill. It's like
Yeah.
of fast food.
We all kill Sbarro.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, no,
Sbarro.
Sbarro's the worst. Sbarro's just instant acid reflux. Their tomato sauce is disgusting.
They shouldn't even serve you food. They should just open up your mouth and force the acid reflux out. That should be the service that they do.
Drag a rake across your tongue.
I think when you hook up with someone on Grindr and they have a rape fetish, it should just be you taking them to Sbarro. It'd be more degrading. Take me to Sbarro, daddy.
That's a drop.
I'm racking them up today, boy. El Duderino says Jersey Mike's. Either of you ever have that? I don't think
No.
that's a New York thing or a Jersey thing, honestly.
I don't think
I've had that actually in Virginia. It's just basically Subway.
Oh, I had Jimmy John's on vacation somewhere. I was in a pinch of like, I need something to eat while I'm going to do something. I got Jimmy
Mhm.
John's. I think Dallas. It was just, it was terrible. It was like Subways, but much lower quality.
Oh wow.
Which is really saying something because
You hate Subway, boy, like a passion.
the fucking quality of their shit is awful. I mean, I guess the vegetables are fresh, but
You're like
we guess.
You're like the View talking about Putin right now. This is that's you talking about Subway.
hell yeah, we need
Sanctioned
a
Subway.
no-fly zone, no-fly zone over Subway. Anyone
just-
walking into a Subway gets shot immediately.
Oh my god.
That's the only way they'll learn.
Subway just invaded Little Caesars. They bombed the hospital in Little Caesars.
Rob, didn't you, speaking of disgusting fast food, didn't you recently have a social media interaction with our friend Mark?
Oh, yeah.
I did. Well, I don't know how that has to do with disgusting fast food, but
Well, he eats a lot of
Probably
it.
eats it. Yeah. It's all.
Okay, well, it's fair.
Don't piss on the Segway.
Yeah. My segue is almost as sweaty as I was when I was on top of that girl.
He just couldn't take talking about Subway and Sbarro anymore. He had to change the subject.
Something
blame
more
you.
appetizing.
Thank you. I was about to do the same. Beat me to it.
Trying to find the post now, but our good friend Mark B was he posts so much that it's I see. Well, first of all, he posted a review of the new Batman movie,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
which I thought was really funny.
Please read that. Also, before you do that, I want to say El Dorino says the Donbass footlong has holidiets in it.
What's Donbass?
That's the disputed region in between Ukraine and
Oh,
Russia that they're fighting
hello.
over, or
Yeah,
partially what they're fighting over.
Don't be such a
I
dumb
was-
boss, Rob.
I was like, wait, what is this a new sandwich chain that I don't know about? Dumbass.
Donbass, eat fresh.
So Mark B, our friend Mark B, movie critic Mark B writes, movie review The Batman. Sorry.
Can you put it up without showing his full name? Can you put a partial screen? Take a screenshot and then put that up.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on, give me a second. Hype this up.
By the
while
way, Darren, I just want to say in our Discord, Sir Toast-a-Lot just said, "Don't thank me too soon. You may have admitted to viewing that stuff on another episode."
I did. I think I did not say I didn't view it. I'm saying I'm not a fan of it. I definitely
you smoked, but you didn't inhale.
I viewed a lot of that stuff because I worked at a porn store, and the guys who would who ran it were like immigrants. They were I can't remember what country they were from, but they were Arab, from some Arab country. They didn't know anything about porn. They were just total capitalists, and they would ask me, "Can you review these, or like, can you look at these and see what to buy?" Oh, I don't even ask me to watch it. I think they just asked me what to buy, and
Wow.
I would like look at the tapes, and the companies would send promos and stuff, you know. So I'm like, should we stock this? Let me watch it, and I would just watch it. So I was familiar with a lot of these disgusting pornos, but I wasn't like a fan of them. But I think I played up being a fan of it because I thought it was funny. Like, it was funny to have a meme that I was the disgusting.
You were the
porn guy.
X-rated gatekeeper. How
I liked when
what a
I was
position.
younger. When I was younger, like in my 20s, which was like that was like 5 years, probably 5 to 10 years before we were doing these episodes when we started the show. I liked aggressive porn. Like, I liked rough porn and stuff like that, but not meat holes. I promise you, I was not a fan of meat holes. It's like taking what I liked about porn and somehow distorting it through a funhouse mirror and making it 10 times worse.
Yeah, remember, Darren, you gave me a promo copy of the classic franchise Gag Factor.
Gag Factor, I will say, is comical. I think it's disgusting, but I think it was.
It is
different
not. Yeah, like I also am a fan very much of aggressive sex, consensual again,
Right.
but even that was like, yeah, like you said, it was just so comical because it was also very procedural. Like, the woman was just kind of, she's laying down with her head like bed backwards, like leaning off the table, so you know the guy can face fuck her.
Mhm.
But then the face fucking gets so intense that she's just like salivating all over her face, and like
That's
her
the gag
makeup is
part.
running. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, the gagging, yes. But it just gets a little too spitty, too much spit, too much like the mascara running. It's just like not fun. Get her a towel.
I don't mind the spit. What I mind is like sort of how can I put this into words? I feel like the implication of it. Like, I just look at the scene and I just know the girl is not. She's doing this for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Or
It's a
and the
person
paycheck
being
is like-
treated as like an
it's like
apparatus and not a living
That's
thing.
$75. Yeah.
That doesn't do it for me. If the same scene happened and she looked like she was into being degraded, I would be like, that's fine. That's a
But how
turn.
can you tell the facial expression when testicles are hiding most of her face?
You can just tell. There's a feel to it.
It's the way she goes. You can tell there's a smile. It's coming through a smile.
That's a drop. I don't know. I mean, I honestly, like 100% honest truth, I barely watch porn. I'm so out of it. Whenever you or one of the chat people mentions a porn star, I'm
Dusty
like,
Rhodes Muffler.
if it's not like Nina Hartley or or
Oh, come on.
that's an exaggeration. All right,
Yes.
if it's not someone from before like the 2000s, I don't know who it is usually. But I'm just out of touch. I'm not anti-porn at all. I feel like I have no fucking time to jerk off or do anything. Like, when I do it, I just fucking rub one out quickly and get back to my shit, you know?
Would you like to pause the show right now so you could go?
I'm all right.
I was just going to say, this brings up that our next Patreon, we do a watch along of Gag Factor. So watch us.
what?
No, we're not. Imagine.
Wow, you really inflate the subscription numbers there.
One day we're going to run out of other ideas, and that is what we're going to.
You know what, Sid? I don't rarely disagree with you, but I think we can we can always find something better than Gag Factor.
All right, fair enough.
It is.
We'll
I
just
will
have
say,
Rob
though,
start filming his grinder hookups, and we'll do watch-alongs of that.
as far as Gag Factor
No.
goes, it's funny. Like they make an attempt. When I said it's comical, I don't just mean. I mean they made an attempt to make it comical. Like they would set up scenes where it was like the girl is just doing something around the house, and a guy will knock on the door. She answers it, and they just push her down and stuff. Like there's no. They take the idea of a pretense of a scene and they make it ridiculous. Does that make sense? Am I explaining it correctly? Like, you know how the plumber comes over?
It's a little bit more self-aware.
Yes, 100% self-aware. They tried to make look what we're doing is really stupid. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other ones that were like, okay, we're trying to be disgusting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to this high-end movie review. Movie review of The Batman. Starring Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Jeffrey Wright, Peter Sarsgaard, and John Turturro. Thank you, Mark B, for letting us know who's actually in the movie.
Clearly, he cut and pasted that. Oh wait, it's not starring those people. It's starting.
It's
those
starting.
people.
You're right.
I was
Starting.
going to say he cut and paste, but then he didn't cut and paste that word. So.
Yeah, we thank Mark B is the king of Googleable information delivery.
A dark and exciting movie into the Batman world. That's not a proper sentence. That doesn't make sense. A dark into the Batman world?
He's into it.
Not a comic book movie at all. Actually, technically it is, but okay. A detective story from start to finish. There have been no comics that are detective stories. Action, double-spaced, packed with all the twists and turns that keep you guessing. I love that this reads like a DVD box sticker. Action packed with all the twists and turns that keep you guessing, says Mark B of Brooklyn, New York. The heroes are as dark as the villains, which makes it even more fun and exciting. Does it? Robert Pattinson was the perfect Batman dark, strong and intelligent.
I like that Batman is not capitalized, but dark is.
He's Batman dark.
The Mark B world does not follow capitalization rules.
It's chaos.
The Riddler, played by Paul Dano, was outstanding, intelligent, and 100% evil, as opposed to being 95% evil.
I don't think he was 100% evil at all.
Yeah.
There's a very sympathetic figure. He explained, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie yet or not, but he explains his motivations, and they are not particularly evil.
Yeah, I read that he's doing the Joker, basically.
But if the Joker sounded like Phil Anselmo.
Yeah.
It's wild how much he sounds like Phil Anselmo when he's doing his Riddler voice. It's crazy.
Does he do, Robert?
Batman transpired upon the stage.
Pretty much. It's pretty much that. I'm not kidding. You will not be able to unhear it once you hear it when you see the movie.
Robert.
Zoe Kravitz as Selena double-space, Kyle double-space. She was amazing beauty, strong and fearless. A perfect partner for Batman.
Isn't that how your mom described Noah when she was trying to get you to marry her and have kids? She is amazing beauty. Strong and fearless.
I've set
Jeffrey
up
Wright
for you to the Donbass to get married, Robert.
Jeffrey Wright as a outstanding James Gordon. What?
All right.
That's all you had to say about that, and you can't give him any any description. Just outstanding.
John Turturro as Carmine Falcone.
Is it Carmine or Carmine?
Carmine
I don't
Falcone.
know.
Scary, intelligent, fearless. Is he just copying adjectives? I don't believe that he
It's from the New York Post review, probably.
If you don't read Roger's thesaurus, you don't belong here.
All the characters were perfectly casted. The ending is a bit too long. That's the only mistake.
No, Rob, say it right.
That's only mistake. Sorry for reading. It's interesting how my mind reads the proper grammar until you mentioned it. You know, I didn't really notice.
Don't whitewash his words, Rob.
Written and directed by Matt Reeves. It's in my top 10 movies of the year. Rating A. I can't wait to see more.
Rob,
I
you
can't
did
wait
it
to
again.
see. I can't wait to see 2 more.
There was one part that Mark really didn't like, though.
Then they called me a Jew bastard.
He didn't like when Robert Pattinson looked into the camera and called Mark a Jew bastard.
So
I don't
Rob,
know.
how did like this lead to you having an interaction with him?
Oh, so then he posted. First of all, I thought that was just so funny. And then he commented about how he would do more video movie reviews. If anyone wants me to review a movie, please let me know.
He's just taking requests.
He said. And like people are like, the new Spider-Man movie. And he goes, okay. By the way, I've seen it and it's not good. It's just drivel.
That's the one where all the old Spider-Men come back.
Yeah, and oh my god, it's so over the top, like, wow, it's great to see you as a grown man. It's like, shut up.
See who
even
is a grown, like Spider-Man as a grown man?
Yeah,
Tobey
so
Maguire and-
Doc
Okay.
Ock says that to Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because you know he hasn't seen him in 20 years because
Okay.
Doc Ock has been dead
Right.
in the movie. There's one line. I this is a slight spoiler, but I don't think it's like ruining the movie since you've already given the big spoiler. You know, all the previous Spider-Men are in it.
But that isn't even a spoiler. Didn't they
the trailer.
promote that? Yeah.
Is it? Was it in the
In fact,
trailer? That the other
The
two?
only trailer I've seen, honestly, was like more of a teaser trailer. It was like 20 seconds. And all it is Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and the current
Oh, okay.
standing together. And
Well,
talking
Andrew,
to
and
each other.
it really stands out. Like, first of all, Tobey Maguire totally cashing a paycheck here. Just with
Does he
half
even
a
work
wig.
other's? Is he in anything besides this anymore?
He's in a D&D Discord, I think.
No.
No, they
But so,
go ahead.
do you remember in Batman versus Superman, which still
didn't see that movie.
holds the throne as the worst comic book film of all time, the biggest waste of money? But anyway, so both Superman and Batman's mother's names is Martha, and it led to a very comical moment in their big showdown where Superman says Martha, and then Batman goes, "How? Why did you say that? How do you know that name? How do you know that name?" And he gets so upset, and then Superman goes like, "That's my mother," and he's like, "That's my mother."
He's like, now let's make out.
And that's how they bond. And it was the
Oh my
dumbest
God.
fucking thing. So this movie, the Spider-Man movie, has the exact same moment because new Spider-Man, I forget his name, current Spider-Man,
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, thank you. He goes, with great power. And then Tobey Maguire Spider-Man says, comes great responsibility. And Tom Holland goes, how did you know that?
Because you're all Spider-Man, you
Because you're all
dumb
fucking Spider-Man. Yeah. It's so, and it's supposed to be this like big, like,
Oh God.
Because it's the number one thing everyone knows about Spider-Man. That he's like got bit by a spider.
honestly, I was watching it and I couldn't believe, like, I think people had like COVID brain because this was the first movie in theaters since like COVID, because everyone was like, oh, the movies are back, this is such a great, and I'm like watching, I'm like, this is so poorly written, completely, like, did not need to be 2.5 hours, could have been 90 minutes, like it's just the worst of like overindulgent Hollywood blockbuster action films.
It's just that they just literally made a movie out of that meme of the Spider-Mans pointing at each other. That's all this
I mean,
movie
it
is.
really was. Deuterino in the chat says Wonder Woman 1984 was the worst. While Wonder
disagree
Woman
with that.
1984 is definitely up there, it's possibly top 3 worst. Batman versus Superman, easily the worst.
Wonder Woman 1984 has like so bad that you enjoy it kind of credibility.
Yeah, I couldn't look away. Whereas Batman vs Superman, I was like practically napping in the theater. I couldn't believe how fucking boring it was.
And Kristen Wiig is really good in that. Like she's making the most out of a shitty experience. I think.
I didn't like Kristen Wiig. I didn't think she. I don't think she was that character was properly cast.
I agree with that.
I didn't care for the character when she had her big kind of moment of like giving her exposition and her reasoning for being evil. I was just like, let's get on with it. You know,
I just think I agree with you 100%. I just think she took bad material and made it watchable.
oh, she's great.
So
So
you know what that reminded me of? That whenever Wonder Woman and Kristen Wiig were interacting, it reminded me of the Catwoman movie where Sharon Stone.
I've never seen it.
Mm.
Oh, you got to see. We should actually watch that one.
I have not seen that either.
This is the Halle Berry movie. You mean,
Yeah,
right?
my only thing about that has been roasted so many times online that if we do it again, it's like maybe. But I don't know. I don't care. I would. Love
I don't know. I'm down to watch it.
But Sharon Stone is the villain in that, and it's so hilariously horrible. That's probably the worst superhero.
I do remember I watched like a good 20 minutes or so of it on Telemundo once.
What?
Spanish,
Why?
just because it was the only thing on.
It
How
probably
is that
made more
possibly
sense.
the only thing on?
Because it was just the house I was in only had network television, so it was like 6 options.
When was
There
this?
was that, or like this was like over a holiday break. I was just at a old person's house who didn't have
And-
cable.
Catwoman in a foreign language was the best of the options.
It seemed like fun. It seemed like it could be fun to decipher. And yes,
Wow.
that is exactly how limited
That's
the
that's
options
when you
were.
have Burger King. Burger King is the Catwoman in a foreign language option.
You're right. I'd probably made more sense than watching it in a language you understand.
You can write your own dialogue that makes more sense than what they actually
Yeah,
wrote.
that's kind of how I looked at it. So when Mark asked what movies he should review, I commented, maybe do like a list of your top 5 favorite movies of all time. I'm trying to get him to create content that we could use.
Yeah.
And so I wrote, maybe do a list of your top 5 favorite movies of all time. And Mark responds, did it years ago.
Yeah, man, where have you been, Rob?
Yeah, like where have you been? Update your RSS feeds.
Yeah.
So
If
he-
it was
he-
years ago, couldn't it have changed with new movies
Yeah, right?
having
He
come out?
goes, if you wish, I will send you the list.
You should have said, Mark, I'm a big fan of your content, and I know that you did this years ago. I want another updated list.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, he did send me the list.
Ooh.
He messaged me.
It's a funny list.
My
It's a
5
mix of
favorites.
it's a mix of cliche and like out of left field.
My 5 favorites. Number 1, City Slickers, which I couldn't like. Wow, who the fuck talks about City Slickers anymore?
Good movie.
Yeah.
Number 1 of all time. I don't know
Of
about
all
that.
time.
Wow.
Like
Really?
that's just about like what? It's just I don't know.
He's a
Very
huge
weird.
Jack Palance fan.
Number 2, Star Wars Jedi.
By the way, I pointed out to Rob there are 2 Star Wars Jedi movies with Jedi in the title. So, what is he like? But one of them nobody likes. So maybe.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not The Last Jedi.
But both of them are like 2 of the most reviled Star
Yeah.
Wars movies.
That isn't, yeah, like Return of the Jedi. It is I'm always taken aback by how much people don't like it because I love it.
Well, did
I
you
think
watch it since you were like 8 though?
I didn't watch Star Wars as a kid. My first exposure
Oh.
to Star Wars was when I was a teenager, and before I even knew the critical response, like I on my own decided like, wow, this is the best one, Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
because it's the happiest one. It's the one with the happy ending.
Mhm.
I love the Ewoks. I hear a lot of people do not like the Ewoks.
I don't know
Did you
if
see a
I'm
little of
wrong.
yourself in the Ewoks?
A little myself.
I would say like my take on I think the backlash to it is too much. I agree with you, but my take is that like it could have been a 20-minute movie tacked on to the end of Empire Strikes Back. It didn't need to be a full third movie. It could have been just the resolution to the second movie, and that's it. It didn't need to be stretched out, and there's a lot of filler. And I don't really hate the Ewoks as much as people do, but it does feel like sort of commercially. Like there's no reason those need to be little cute tree people except to sell dolls.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So then we got Die Hard, which okay, fine. Princess Bride, which is one of the best movies of all
That's
time.
a solid choice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And number 5, Duck Soup. What?
Come on. It is a great movie, but there's no way he's watched Duck Soup.
That's like a hipster choice. He just wants to seem like he knows film.
I gotta put something in.
Which, by the way, for cinephiles, it's a famous Marx Brothers film from the 30s.
Is that why he picked it? Because his name is Mark? And he had a brother?
I can imagine. I could see like his uncle or something watching with him as a kid, and that's why he.
What do you know about his uncle?
I know a lot about his uncle.
Tell me about his uncle.
One of them died. His uncle Freddie. He does a memorial for him every year where he retells the same exact stories and acts like he's telling them for the first time.
Same as he does for his brother that passed.
Side note: there's a PS in this. Favorite hockey movie.
Wait. Hold on. You asked him for his top 5 all-time movies.
Yeah.
And he gave you that, plus also his favorite hockey movie.
And
not just his favorite
other
hockey
categories.
movie. Yes.
Oh.
Favorite hockey movie, Miracle.
How is it not Slapshot? What the
Young
fuck?
Blood even? Come on, give me some Young Blood.
I don't even remember Miracle. Which one was Miracle?
It's about the Team
the
USA.
hockey.
Yeah. Okay.
Kurt
I
Russell.
see. He loves the tearjerkers.
Yeah.
Baseball. This is funny. Sandlot and 62. He couldn't pick between the two.
61.
He writes.
He writes 62.
I
I like the sequel better.
But the movie is 61 with an asterisk. Which, by the way, this was like I've seen this. This was in fucking 2001. Billy Crystal did it. It was like an HBO.
He loves
movie.
Billy Crystal, this guy.
It's funny that you mentioned that because this is probably going to be only for Sid, but Steve Summers once did a on-air bit when 61 came out, and he did 66, like a trailer for 66, and it was like the 66 Yankees that were horrible and had a Coke scandal, like with Joe Pepitone.
61 was a good movie,
that's
though.
what I would watch.
I did
61
like
was
it.
fine.
I couldn't bring myself to
it was
watch
fine.
it. I couldn't
I
bring
didn't think it
myself
was-
to watch it. It's like bathing in Yankees worship, even though it's a worthy story to tell. And
I don't know if it's the opposite. It kind of paints Yankees fans as dipshit. Like everyone in the movie is
But
an
the
asshole,
team and the players,
except for
Right.
Hank Aaron.
like the importance of this record, though. It's
Hank
like
Aaron,
Not Hank Aaron. What's his name?
Roger Maris?
Roger Maris.
Well, Rob watched the movie about Hank Aaron. That's why he liked it.
Oh, that's
That was 62.
that was okay. So football. Remember the Titans.
never seen it.
Never seen it either. And
Okay.
basketball. Blue Chips. Which,
Oh,
wow,
come
what
on,
a
get the
reference.
fuck out of here.
There's so many good basketball
Chips.
movies.
So many-
That's
I
not a
would've-
good movie or a good basketball movie. How
If
is it
you
that white
asked-
men can't jump?
Yeah, right. If
Or
asked
like I
me
would
to
have guessed
pick-
he would say Hoosiers because that's like the two super obvious stereotypical.
I thought he would have said semi-pro, because, like, you know what I mean, like something like that.
No, the best basketball movie is Eddie, starring Whoopi Goldberg. All right,
It's
okay.
not a terrible movie. honestly.
I love that movie. I do love that movie. I
pretty
watched it a
good.
million
That's
times.
one of the Whoopi Goldberg movies that's not super cringy.
Yeah. There was one other movie she did during this period where she played like a white businessman. Fuck, what's it called? Hold
Wait,
on,
excuse
look
me?
it up. So
Whoopi Goldberg played a white businessman? What?
Yeah, she did Whiteface. Hold
Really? Are
Like,
you
I know
thinking of black chicks or white chicks? That wasn't
No,
that wasn't
no,
Whoopi.
No. Here we go. Hold on. Whoopi Goldberg's Whiteface comes back to haunt her.
Why?
You following Ben Shapiro on Twitter now?
The Associate. That's what it was called. The
I
movie's
do not
called The
remember this at all.
It was actually a really great. So I think this came out around the time of Eddie, and it was like right when I got my not unillegal cable. So it's just I would just watch any pay-per-view movie. Here, let's watch the trailer. See if
Oh no.
see if this rings any bells for you. Hold on, let me load this up. Oh, the whole movie is just on YouTube.
We should watch that.
Yeah.
That might be a fun watch along.
Try showing some cleavage. What?
I don't see it.
Next time you're at a business meeting, try showing some cleavage. What?
Hey, that's CJ from The West Wing.
So what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Allison Janney.
Oh,
Men like doing business with men. Sorry.
Until she made up a man of her own. What's his name?
Cuddy.
Eli Wallach.
Cuddy? Is there a problem?
She's created
Diane
an
Wiest.
imaginary partner.
All-star cast.
Mr. Cuddy? No, he's in the bathroom. I'll take that. Thank you.
But she's doing all the work.
I'm going to go with Cuddy.
Oh no!
And he's
Donald
getting
Trump's
all the
in it.
credit.
Without him, you're nothing.
What are you going to do? I'm going to perpetrate a great big whammy. I need the new look. Old and male. White.
Share?
White.
Oh, no.
Academy Award winner Whoopi
It's a
Goldberg.
Cher drag
Name is
queen.
Robert Cuddy.
Deeper.
This fall, he is coming. The most successful man on Wall Street is a woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Cuddy.
Oh my God!
The Associate.
Is Cuddy in?
He's never in this early.
Rated PG-13.
So they don't even show her in the whiteface in the trailer. I guess
Because-
that's like the big reveal. You don't want to spoil it.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
because it looks so fucking horrible.
Probably.
Yeah, it does look.
Yes. I
don't wanna
have zero recollection of the existence of this movie.
Even BB
You
Newberg.
spelled associate wrong, by the way, Robert.
It's okay. Google figured it out. Here we go. This is what it looks.
Oh my God!
He,
It looks like Mickey Rourke.
he didn't. Did he spell it wrong?
Now it corrected it, but in the
Oh.
previous page it was with an S instead of a C.
Ugh. That doesn't.
It
It
looks
doesn't even look like an old man.
It looks like Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, it looks like current Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Oh my God! I guess
Great.
she takes the thing off in the big banquet scene and
Yeah, the big reveal
stuns
at the
the
end.
crowd.
Like Tootsie.
Yeah.
She was doing any movie at that. Remember Theodore Rex? You ever see that one?
Oh my God! I've seen the poster for that.
Yeah, she's like a cop it's in a world where dinosaurs evolved alongside humans, like an alternate universe. So like dinosaurs and humans just live together and they're anthropomorphic. It's like different societies. And she has to team up with a dinosaur. And she's like a racist against dinosaurs. She hates dinosaurs. Like the dinosaurs are ruining our country. She's like a conservative that hates dinosaurs, but she has to team up with a dinosaur to solve a crime.
But the dinosaurs were here first. Wouldn't they be the conservative ones and hate humans?
None of this movie makes sense. None of this makes sense. Trust me, that's like not even in the top 10 of things that don't make sense about this movie.
Maybe that's the watch along we need to do. Good God,
Sure,
that
I'll
one
do
is
it.
just. Was this when like the dinosaurs TV show on ABC was popular, the sitcom, and they were like, we need to do a movie to cash in on this dinosaur craze?
Well, the dinosaurs look identical to those dinosaurs. I mean, but they're like human sized, I guess. They don't really stand next to humans in the show,
yeah.
but like they're like the same size as us.
Wow.
And the guy that she's teaming up with is a T-Rex, and he's like her height or shorter.
Is there like a love story to it? Do they fuck at any point?
I don't. They're not in love with each other. I can't remember any of. I mean, I saw it like 15 years ago, and I've seen people like commenting on it online, but I can't. The last time I sat down and watched it was probably 15 years ago. It's very, very funny. Very not intentionally.
Yeah.
funny. In fact, the humor in it is crazy, like cringy. It's a comedy. Like it's meant to be a comedy, but it's laugh at and not laugh with.
I'm gonna put that one on our list.
There's so many bizarre things that happen in that movie. Can you put the trailer on for that one?
What was it called again?
Theodore Rex, starring Whoopi Goldberg. She was doing anything at this point. So that was 1996, I think. But I don't know when the.
Oh yeah,
dinosaurs
so all
started.
of these are 90s. Oh yeah,
But
Theodore
I'm
Rex
saying, like-
was 95.
Yeah, it was in the neighborhood.
Wow, the actual the dinosaur Looks like he's from the show Dinosaurs.
And I was wondering if I don't know if that's alongside the dinosaur show or if that had ended yet.
Friends would walk up
whoops.
to me and just be like, "What the fuck is in your mug?"
What's in your mug,
And I
bro?
would just tell them it's mug.
There we go.
The future's toughest cop is Katie Coltrane.
I'm back.
And now she's getting a new partner.
Dun, 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 dun.
His name is Teddy.
Hit me. It's a dinosaur.
You two solve this case together.
What? What? It's a dinosaur.
Tim Robbins.
Partner Coltrane?
He's got the style.
I'm here for a new look.
Step right up.
Push the button.
He's a cop.
Mahalo!
You gotta make him look like a real cop.
I'm too sexy for my clothes.
That thing at the table just clacked at me.
He's got horns for
brutal.
it. Very normal.
He's got the
Wow.
charm.
Hey! Your mind's shut down and your glands have taken over.
And he's got the appetite
You cannot eat our only suspect.
to come out
Yes.
on top.
Both! I'm amazing.
New Line Cinema presents
Hey, you think you're gonna get somebody?
Whoopi Goldberg
Can you just slide your butt? Yeah, that's great.
Like that?
and introducing
Dougie!
Teddy.
Sweets.
Ah.
One per customer.
Theodore Rex. It's a tale you'll never forget.
I love when he does that.
Keep in mind, this is the best parts of the movie they put in the trailer.
Yeah, I was checked out of this trailer like 15 seconds in. I can't even imagine.
Who does the dinosaur voice?
I don't know.
Is that like a known actor? Let me look this
I have
up.
no idea. It sounds familiar, right?
Yeah, but it might just be like from like animated stuff. It might not be like in front of the camera actor. What was the dinosaur's name?
Theodore Rex. It's
Oh,
George
okay, that's what I did.
Newborn.
Yeah, I don't,
George Newborn.
this guy looks familiar. Was this the guy from Adventures in Babysitting?
Scandal.
He was.
And
Oh,
Father
he's
of
the
the Bride.
husband and father of the bride. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is like a known guy. Wow.
And the guy I thought was Tim Robbins isn't. I'm on the IMDb page now. It's just some nobody that looks
Some
like
other
Tim
random white
Robbins.
dude.
But Carol Kane is in it. Oh, and Bud Cort from
And he
Harold
was in
and Maude.
Adventures in Babysitting. I was right.
Good job,
Wow.
guys. Yeah. She and you can see during this movie that she totally she's checked out too, like Rob was during the trailer. Like she has no intention of wanting to do this film. She's probably doing somebody a favor, but she knows.
Yeah, she's fulfilling a contract or something. She was doing some work, 95, 96. She has all these movies, and now she's not doing shit.
She does The View.
Yeah.
Why do anything when you can sit in a chair and say imbecilic things about politics? You just sit there and collect money from ABC.
Wild.
I saw a clip of The View the other day. They were like,
Oh no.
like that I love no context view. Like they just it's like a minute clip and they're just like, yes, why aren't we arresting Tulsi Gabbard? Like something like she's tweeted something that they didn't like, and they're like, I remember Whoopi says, I remember in the good old days we used to arrest people for things like this. And then the clip just cuts. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the show?
Oh boy.
Dude,
Oh,
what
boy.
the fuck? And they do like support the troop stuff like every show does. But then like, and I'm not a Tulsi Gabbard fan. I actually think she's horrible, but she's a fucking troop. She's a literal
more.
troop. Well,
You
yeah,
only
all right.
support them while they're troops.
She was in Iraq. No, what about the like we don't the veteran stuff? Whenever their veteran says something they like, they're like, he's a veteran. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, but then they don't fund the VA, so they could go fuck themselves.
That's true.
It's the same as like they're all pro-choice, pro-life, while the baby's in the stomach. Second the baby pops out, they could give a fuck anymore. It's the same
Yeah, but
exact thing.
but Whoopi's supposed to be on the other side of those people.
Whoopi doesn't know what the fuck side she's on. It depends how her cab ride over to
Yeah.
the fucking studio was that morning.
She thinks Anna Navarro is one of those T-Rexes. That's
Are we sure she isn't?
yeah, that's a good point. I want to read some of these comments here. First of all, El Dorino gave his top 5. Number 1, Return of the King. Number 3, there's 2 number 3s. Empire Strikes Back, and 3, Big Lebowski. 4, Toy Story. 5, Django Unchained. That's a good list.
I have no quarrel with those movies on their own.
Django, I would say, is a bit of an unconventional choice, but a great underrated movie, which is
really
weird considering that it's by probably one of the most preeminent directors of the past 25 years, but no one talks about it, and it's fantastic. Probably, it might be my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio role.
It's definitely up there.
Calvin Candy, the slave owner. And maybe my favorite, I don't want to say favorite because they're playing reprehensible people, but one of the most impressive acting performances of these two men's careers, where Samuel L. Jackson plays the toady of the slave owner.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's the only role I know of where you don't recognize Samuel L. Jackson almost. Like he sinks into the character and is not playing himself.
And he's great.
The other one of those is Black Snake Moan. I feel like halfway through that movie, you forget that it's Samuel L. Jackson.
I haven't seen that one. That's him and Christina Ricci, where she's like tied to a radiator or something.
Fantastic movie.
I did not like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It took me like
Really?
2 weeks to get through it.
It's long.
Just so plotting, so much walking.
Well,
So you're not going to watch the Amazon series that they do of it now?
No.
The thing about it is it's tough because you know where it's going. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's happening, you know where they're going, and then it's 9 hours to get there. So
yeah,
I get that, but it's
And by the time it gets to the big fight, I'm over it.
and then it's another 9 hours of, oh, cool, we did it. Good
Yeah,
seeing
and
you
then
guys.
there's like 7
Get
endings.
home
I
safe.
couldn't believe it. I could
It
not
is-
believe how many endings there were.
It's definitely like fan service for Lord of the Rings geeks, but it's a well-made movie. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I can
It looks
appreciate
great.
it for that, and it's great acting. I can appreciate it for that, even if it's not. I couldn't say it's my favorite series of movies, but
yeah,
I appreciate. I think there's art there. It's better than Subway.
Well, yeah, that's again low bar, but yes.
Wait, there's Speculum Fight, aka Rob with 2 B's, wants you to sing the Ewok celebration song, Robba.
I don't
you
even
do that?
remember it.
It sounds like the Sesame Street song. It's like sort of like
No
that.
recollection. I have to go back and watch.
And there was another good one I'm trying to find here. Oh, well, this isn't it, but El Dorino says that Love and Basketball is the best basketball movie.
That is a great movie, Love and Basketball.
I haven't seen that.
I did really like it. That's with Omar Epps.
Oh, I was thinking of a different. Yeah, that is not a bad movie. I was thinking of
You thinking of Coach Carter?
No, no.
I
What
think
is the
Love
one
and
I'm thinking of
Basketball
now?
was the best argument for why the WNBA should exist too. It's like, oh yeah, this should have like good women basketball players need a place to go too.
What about Juana Man? Did you see that one? I think that's the best argument for the WNBA. We should put that on the list. I would love to watch
We should
Juana
watch
Man with
that.
the 2
That's
of you.
definitely a good watch.
Because there's so many. All right, if anyone doesn't know, Juana Man is about a failed NBA player who sucks, and he impersonates a woman to join the NBA.
It's basically the ultimate transphobe argument.
To join the WNBA, sorry.
Of why trans women shouldn't be in sports,
But
because it'll turn into Juana Man.
Apart from the dumb premise, there's just so many. It's probably the number one movie where nothing makes sense, and you sit there for the whole 90 minutes picking apart things that would never ever happen in real life. Of all the movies that are like that, and there's many of them, I feel like Juana Man is the number one in that genre.
I've never seen that one either.
You have to totally turn your brain off to accept anything that's happening.
Speculum Fight asks if wasn't Teen Wolf a basketball movie. One of
Yeah.
them was.
Yeah, the first one.
The second one was boxing, maybe?
The Jason Bateman one? Is that?
Mhm.
I don't remember it. I probably saw it in the theater once, and
I
that's
think
it.
it was boxing.
But yeah, that first one's really good. It's really good. It's the perfect amount of taking itself seriously and not seriously. Like it has an undercurrent of like teen acceptance shit, like, you know, disguised as a werewolf movie and social commentary. And they also know when to tone that down and just do werewolf shit and comedy and basketball. Like it's like turns into Hoosiers in the last act, you know. It's really good, well balanced movie.
Dusty Rhodes Welfare asked if we've seen Homie Spumoni, which has definitely been on our list of watch-alongs to do for like 2 years now. We just haven't gotten to it yet.
Let's do it.
Darren, I think you discovered that one amongst us and suggested it. Right?
Just the title is so funny.
Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about it, I should mention, you know, hit up.
I don't think I did. I think one of you told me about it or was in the chat.
It wasn't me.
We do have plenty of watch-alongs that we've already done in our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $5 a month gets you access to all of our previous bonus episodes. We do 2 a month. You also get our little TV column and some other fun little extras. And this month we have 2 great episodes we posted. The first one, we did a watch-along of Decline of Western Civilization.
The original one, the punk rock.
The original one, the punk one. And it was really fun to watch it. And I don't think it was like the second time I've ever seen it. And it was fun to revisit. And we definitely had some good laughs. And then the second watch along of the month, far more awkward. We watched the movie Tiptoes, which is brutal. It stars Gary Oldman as a dwarf. And Matthew McConaughey plays his full-sized brother. And
twin brother
who has to deal with growing up the normal one, quote unquote, in a family of dwarves, because his parents are both dwarves. His twin brother is a dwarf, but he's the normal one. And it is just the fucking weirdest movie. We roast the hell out of it. And we do, but there's a lot of roasting in our archives. We roasted Judge Steve Harvey, the new court show. We might need to revisit that now that there's a few more episodes.
Oh my God, you want to do part 2?
But
Jesus
This
Christ.
is a series now.
There, you know, we have lots of great. Well, what are some other watch-alongs that we've done? We've done the show Tag Team. It's a pilot with Jesse Ventura and Roddy Piper.
We did the Kiss to Phantom at the Park.
Oh, brutal movie, brutal. That's another one where it's like, it's not even that the plot was bad. It's just production-wise, it was an awful movie.
But also the plot was bad.
Well, the plot was also bad. Yes.
Cube 2, Hypercube.
Yes,
that's right. That was
The
a
sequel to
weird
Cube.
movie.
Cube,
The first
great
Cube is
movie.
excellent.
Yeah.
And then also we have a series we call the Livecast Meme Hall of Fame. We have about 5 episodes in the can available where we revisit some of our favorite memes of years past. We talk about how we discover them. We rewatch the videos that made them famous on our show, and we learn a little something. And some of the inductees include Mike Francesa, who I believe we have a whole episode on. We did just a full Mike Francesa episode.
that's not even a Hall of Fame episode. That's just Mike
He,
Francesa.
he has his own wing.
Yeah,
in the
he's
Hall
a
of Fame.
separate entity.
Who are some of our inductees?
Douglas Levison, Iron Cheek,
Queen of
IO
Vagina.
Digital Cable.
Yes.
Your boy
It
Bangs.
don't fucking match.
We have 17 inductees, I think Sid and I figured out.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's going to be a new induction ceremony at the top of the month. So something to look out for.
Are we revealing who they are, or we're just going to have it be a surprise?
We'll wait a little bit to reveal.
You know how WWE likes to announce them before they get inducted. So.
Maybe next week as a tease right before the release. Rob, before we go, you sent us a link earlier this week that one of the cock destroyers is in trouble. Do we want to talk about this?
I did want to mention this because I have the link up.
Karma.
Future livecast meme Hall of Fame inductee.
Veto.
What if it was a
Anderson-
meme Hall of Shame, Darren? Would you be okay then? Or
No,
still
I just
no?
don't want any spotlight on these people. I don't
The
care,
former
positive or
cock-
negative.
Former cock destroyer Sophie Anderson She's the one that goes, "Hi guys, needs
not the
help."
It's not the other
I
repulsive
thought it
one that
was
does
Rebecca
it?
Moore that does all that.
Oh, you're right. That is Rebecca Moore. Oh my god, this is the other one. Oh
Jesus,
my god.
Rob, come on, man! Wow.
You can't even tell these two ridiculous morons apart.
God, total brain fart. This is the second one. Okay, so I don't
This
care
is
about
the
her.
lesser cock destroyer.
Yes, this is the one that got into a fight with Rebecca Moore. Sophie Anderson asks fans for help after her breast causes sepsis and necrosis. She goes, "Hello, my wonderful guys and girlies and
Hold on, Rob.
non-binary friends."
Hold on, Rob. I can't believe I actually had a relevant drop that mentioned sepsis, and you talked right over it.
Anus licking causes sepsis.
How do you? Come on, that's art.
Or short.
Yeah.
I hope you're all doing well. So after my fourth time of having sepsis in a year in my boob, unfortunately, it got so bad this time that I got a pus buildup.
No, it says puss, Rob. Let's do the Mark B thing here.
Yeah,
Got a-
she's her spelling is about on par with Mark.
Yeah, she spelled
Got
fourth.
a pus buildup. After squeezing out all the pus
Oh my god, this
in
is
the hospital, desperate to save the implant, I was left with necrosis.
That's a great album.
The
Yeah.
dead skin died, and the implant totally came through the skin.
Oh,
The implant pushed the nipple to the side, and now I've got to have the implant removed to save my body from getting sepsis into my organs.
Jesus Christ.
After 3 months of having no breast implant, I can then go back to Dr. Revis at South Florida Plastic Surgery to get reconstruction surgery and start my journey again from 800cc.
This is clearly just a plug for Dr. Revis.
Is he the one who gave her the rotted implant to begin with? Because that ain't no kind of plug then. He should be sued.
And why are you going back to him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have just started this page if I had the money, unfortunately. Things haven't been easy as I've had my fan sites taken away, mental and financial difficulties. I'm not ashamed. It's how life is and keeps on going. So I'm asking for donations to get that surgery after I have the implant taken out. I know it's expensive, but it's total reconstruction of both boobs and nipples. Thank you for your support. Honestly, thank you, Sophie. Kisses.
That's my titties.
God damn.
All right,
mean,
she's
isn't
almost
it-
halfway there.
Isn't it enough that she does inflicts this on the world? We got to pay for it too.
I mean, we do, right? Like,
Why can't she pay her own overhead?
Oh, there's a photo.
No. Come on, Rob. You got to warn me before. Come on, man.
This is honestly,
Seriously.
you found the only way to make these two people less sexy than they already were before.
Oh.
Show their concave, deflated titties.
Jesus
I wanted to
Christ,
save
Rob.
them titties, says Ricardo, who donated 100 euros or pounds.
That's my titties.
That was her titties, baby.
Oh, well, I wish Sophie the best and a speedy recovery.
I mean, I don't want to see anyone suffer physical harm or anything, but just
Seems like that ship sailed.
yeah,
God damn.
whatever.
Oof.
All right, let's go to our music break. Every week, we each pick a song, and you can search for it on Spotify. Just search Livecast Music Break. It's there. We have over 300 songs, 325 songs, totaling 22 hours and 14 minutes. So it's quite the playlist now. Nice variety. And my pick this week, it's something a little sillier, a little more dancey. It's from the pop star Kim Petras, who is a lovely trans woman. She's super hot. And her new EP is hilarious. It's called Slut Pop. And the song that I picked is Throat Goat.
So like the
So
greatest
good.
of all time version of
Yes,
goat?
yes. It's all
Oh.
about giving blowjobs.
I was afraid maybe there was some throating a goat going on.
No.
Okay.
Like if I could read you
Oh boy.
some lyrics here.
Please read. Yes.
Can we go
'cause
back to the titty that caved in? I'd rather see that. No, I'm just kidding.
I could take it all, love it big or small, make it hit the wall. I'm the throat goat. I just sucked my ex. No gag reflex. I just had to flex. I'm the throat goat.
That's clever.
It's good.
I'll give her
It's good.
credit. Give her credit.
And the hook has been stuck in my head all morning, ever since recommending the song.
That's all that's been stuck in your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing. No throat goating this morning.
You're not the throat goat?
No.
Oh, Dusty Rose Muffler says Rob is the throat boat.
Oh, I'm the best of all time.
What would you be the goat of, Rob? Sexually.
That's a drop. Say it sexually.
I'm really good at I'm the rim goat. I'm good at rimming.
Really? It doesn't seem like something the top does.
What? Why wouldn't a top? Of course, the
It's a
top has
tender
to-
top.
You got to rim the hole to stick your dick in it. What do you mean? You
don't have to.
You have
Just
to?
lube it up.
You
and
don't
jam
have
a
to,
finger
but
or two.
be nice about it.
Seems like a submissive act to eat someone's ass. Not the negative way. I
Is
just think-
it? I don't know.
You care whether it's hairy down there or not? Do you have a preference?
I prefer smooth.
Makes sense.
But
No
if it was
dingleberry.
hairy, is it? Sorry, Sue. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I
It's not
want
a
you to
deal
finish
breaker.
your line of questions.
Just have you ever accidentally ingested a dingleberry?
No, you got to check first.
Yeah, that's come on. Say it.
But that's not romantic. You got to turn on the big overhead light. You got to
You don't got to turn it. You just got to
spread
open
it
your
open,
eyes.
and you like
Open your eyes. Take a little sniff. It's fine.
Analingus
Do a little
101.
finger. Do a little finger test.
Have you ever taken a sniff and they're like, oh no, not gonna do it?
I think we asked him that once. Right? I think on the first episode when he
Yeah,
revealed he was gay.
that's
we
when you start fingering. That's when you go for the finger instead.
Are there any deal breakers that like not you won't finger, you'll just leave the room. You'll like I'm done with this.
Well, I mean, if there's visible stains, I will stop the proceedings and I will, in the most polite way possible, tell them to go clean up.
No, you
But
mentioned
it's
that
not-
once when we talked about this, but I mean not that. I mean, would anything that would make you kick them out? Nazi tattoo on the in their ass cheek.
I don't think that would. I would just hate fuck them then. I would fuck them extra hard.
Fair.
I've had hookups where it's like just not working.
Is there
And then I just stop.
Has this ever happened, or if not, would this ever happen theoretically? Have you ever invited someone over or met them to have a sexual encounter and they flipped the script on you and topped you?
No.
That would never, couldn't possibly happen.
No. I mean, I don't know.
But
It could happen. I'm not close to the idea, but it just has not happened. There was a scenario where a guy I was with wanted to top me, and it was like,
You didn't stand
okay,
for
I'll give it a shot, but it's just like it wasn't happening.
Doesn't do
I
it
was-
for you. Doesn't do
I
it.
wasn't
down there?
Huh?
2
It
tenths
was,
down
like
there.
I was too tight. I was too tight, and also like the guys
Humble brag.
clearly, the guy's clearly more of a bottom because he didn't know how to like make it work.
So he
You know,
wanted
I
to
was
just try it on. Is that what it
yeah.
was?
Or I think he's more verse. I don't know.
I mean, you're 6'5". Was he anywhere close to your height, like to do this to you?
No.
Get him
But
on the call. Let's find out.
what does
Let's
it-
get
what
his
does it
side of the
matter?
story.
It
We're not
matters
standing
because
up,
I
right?
feel there's it's gay or straight. I feel there's something about that it detracts from it. Like a 5'7" man topping like a 6'2" bodybuilding woman would just be odd, like an odd dynamic. It'd probably be
Yeah, I guess.
And first of all, it would be hard logistically, like where everything matches up on the body, but also it's just it. I feel like the much bigger person getting topped would just be rolling their eyes and looking at their phone the whole time. That's just how I picture
So
it.
close-minded.
That's the first. Listen, I'm not in that world. I agree. I might be
Yeah.
totally off base, but that's what
but no,
I conjure up. you know?
It didn't work out. It is yet to work out.
Well, so I was right then. How am I close-minded if it didn't work?
But it did not because of the height difference.
You're close-minded. Rob's close-hinded.
Close-hinded episode title. In the last few minutes.
So Darren, what did you pick?
Oh, I picked "Gotta Let Your Nuts Hang" by the Ghetto Boys. And
Speaking of,
I have a yeah. it will get in the way of the hind if you do that. But I have a reason. I was going through and cleaning up my drops, and I found this one by Sid.
Gotta let them nuts hang.
And I remembered that song, and I don't know if now I'm wondering if you said that as a reference to the Ghetto Boys.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But yeah, Ghetto Boys, great song, great album, and everyone check out the Ghetto Boys. Classic 90s, 80s, and 90s hip hop. 80s too, or not just the 90s? Yeah,
Maybe.
80s, late
Maybe
80s.
late 80s. I think there's a Showtime documentary about Bushwick Bill coming up, or the whole Ghetto Boys.
That sounds fascinating. Well, I'm sure they'd have to be in it, even if it was about him.
Yeah.
That's a little pussycat.
Yeah. And I got into a new band this week for the first time in countless years. The band Drug Church. Very good. Very, very good. It's like if Super Chunk or Archers of Loaf was a hardcore band. They're from Albany. And some TV podcasts I listened to mentioned them, and I was like, oh, that sounds like things I like. Let me give this a listen. It fucking blew my ass out. It was great. So I picked the first song I listened to called Weed Pin by the band Drug Church. It is fantastic. And randomly, the same day that I got into them through that podcast I listened to, somebody in our Discord mentioned that I would like them. And I was like, you're right. 3 hours ago, I heard them for the first time, and it was great. So yeah,
cool.
Drug Church.
All right. And those are our picks of the week. Make sure to hit up our Spotify playlist to check it out. We also, before we get out of here, I would like to give a shout out to our top Livecast fans of the week. How can you become a top Livecast fan of the week, you ask? Just got to join our Patreon at the $10 tier. You get everything at the $5 tier. Plus you get a little shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How should we do this?
You got to do it in your Sophie Sepsis voice.
I'm going to check out for this. See you later, guys.
Oh, no.
Hey, Eric, how are you? And Benjamin, please donate to my GoFundMe. My tits are popping out. El Duderino. You sound like you have a big schlong. Dan R, are you donating to my GoFundMe? Sam, I am donating to my GoFundMe. Mindy Mayer's Kipper. Kipper is what I said when my tit popped. Kipper! Jonder and Robert Ganoush, a.k.a. Justin, I want both of you to come and double team me as Massachusetts and Cattle Decaf. Tape it. Dallas, you sound wonderful. Robber Vampiro, I don't mind a little bite here and there. Hugo likes tacos. Well, I've got quite the taco for you.
It's
and
infected.
Lando...
Is that one collapsing too?
It's actually falling out.
It's falling out into the Lando Danks. But it's
She
okay
carries her
because
womb in a fucking granny cart in front of her as she goes grocery shopping.
I drank a little LaCroix with my good friends Corey and Scotty H. And then we went and saw Doug Pigman, and you are a pig man after what you did to me, Doug. And I said, Douglas, who are you, Levison? And he told me, hey, guys, it's Josh. And I said, I'm not friends with Rebecca Moore anymore, so it got awkward.
Oh.
That's the show.
It's speaking of Livecast fans of the week, Dusty Rhodes Muffler said Bushwick Bill should have been in Tiptoes. How did they miss that? How did they miss that?
Was he still alive at that point?
It
When
was
did he pass away?
2002. I don't know. 2002 was the movie, but he definitely should. I'm thinking back. I don't think,
2019. Okay,
I don't
so yeah,
think. Were there any black dwarves in the movie? It's kind of racist now that
there was fucking David Allen Greer fucking one of the dwarves,
and he was a bit of a stereotypical like character too, I would say.
Yeah, it was all problematic and weird and off-putting.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that angle of problematicness because of all the other stuff. But
yeah,
it's true. I don't think there were any black dwarves. And they're in all walks of life in this movie. They show all kinds of like upscale, like happily married dwarves, dwarves with like drug problems, like regular
Dwarves that
Joe.
aren't actually dwarves. Dwarves doing
Right.
fake Southern accents.
Yes.
Oh, the whole
Oh.
gamut.
Huge cross section of dwarf life, and not a single black one that I remember.
It's fucked up. That's dwarf erasure, and we won't stand for it.
Did you find out when BB died?
2019.
Oh,
I thought
see?
it was longer ago than that. That's
too.
very surprising to me.
I thought he died. Like that's why they stopped being the Ghetto Boys, because he died. Like that's
Yeah.
why they didn't put music out. I guess not.
He was dead to us long before.
Not me.
He knows what he did.
He found out about Bushwick Barry, and he couldn't go on with. Oh, hello.
R.I.P. a little legend.
Yeah.
What does RIP stand for this week, Sid?
Oh my God. Ruptured implant podcast.
Posse?
Ruptured implant pus. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
It's good.
Nice and easy.
All right. Well, that's the show, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, your implants will remain in place.
We hope.
Yeah, please.
And until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.